Okay, it should pop up in a bit. Yeah, here it is. Let me make sure we're cool. Let's see if we got sound. Yeah, we got sound. Oop. Let me get this off of here. All right, let me give people, they are coming in now. Hey, Marilyn. That's our homegirl there. She's a Blu-ray. She's part of this. She's beautiful.
Hi, Marilyn.
Monica
Is this
Peterson.
the Marilyn I know?
Yes, that's the Marilyn you know. It takes me a while to figure out all this stuff, but all right, let me set the screen up so I can see their comments. Yeah, we got a bunch of people here. We got Catherine Hand. Let's see.
Hi, Catherine.
We got David Karanakita.
And I know David really well as well.
Yeah. Michael Van Patten's in the house. Yusuf Khan's in the house. He says, hello, Todd and beautiful lady. Monica Peterson. Marilyn's here. Got a big Blu-ray heart and Lisa Kemp. And
hey, Lisa.
They're filling up. Yeah, they're filling up here. So there's some new faces. So let me formally roll the show out. Let me start by introducing myself. My name's Todd Medina. I represent the Soulogy Network. This is our primary, our flagship broadcast. It's called SOULSPEAKS 5D. This is the 631st episode, and we're honored and graced to have the beautiful Anastacia Kompos here with us. Many people know her. I just was introduced to her in the physical within the last 10 days or so through our dear sister Marilyn Biggers and also Michael Van Patten. And so I just want to say thank you for sharing space with us today and honoring us with your presence from Queensland, Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, Anastacia Kompos.
Thank you, Todd. And thank you and Marilyn and Michael and the other people that support and know me as well in introducing and suggesting to you that you obviously felt to and resonate to give me yell as well. And thank you for helping all of us in who you interview on the shows. You play such a big part and role in what you do, and I want to thank you.
It's an honor to serve with you.
Yeah,
and everyone
exactly.
else out there.
Exactly.
So we had the I don't do it too often, but we actually had a private camera conference, which I never have time for, but we ended up spending an hour and a half together, which was really cool. And we had some great activations and many other things happen, like so many souls on the earth over the last few years connect through messaging, through camera conferences, and we all begin to see the kindredness of our spirits and so on, especially in this time. So there's so many different things we could get into. And I think the first thing I'd like to do is to just tell everyone a little bit about you. This is a short bio. Anastacia Kompos is in service to humanity and Gaia as an Ascension Pioneer. She's a Trailblazer, Way Seer, Blu-ray Elder. Her gift is having linked her soul to her spirit higher self and having two souls, her spiritual soul in 9D and her human soul in 7D embodiment. She's gifted, has been gifted her spiritual soul. This is what makes her a trailblazer for humanity of what she's bringing through in human embodiment. I want to get back to that. With her unique healing tools and methods of personal experience over 23 years to assist guide others to link their soul to their spirit higher self through their emotions, to progressively merge their spirit higher self into the human, into fifth dimensional energies as an earth master in the physical. As a multidimensional 5D Ascended Earth Master, Anastacia does this in real-time experience, both as a template for humanity, as a rainbow bridge, and with all of humanity. So that's that's one of the best bios I've ever read, and not because of the content, but because of the spirit and the frequency of the message. I think that the one word that jumps out at me, and I talked to you about this the other day in regard to Morgan's own take on it, and that is the term embodiment. Can you start with a little bit of elaboration on what is embodiment? What does that mean? How does that work? And what does it mean to you?
So many people channel, receive information for themselves, for others. Some are more well known and share more widely than others do. And one thing that's been missing for us, for where we're at in this day and age, is actually embodying in our body our spiritual essence into the human, so to become masters in human embodiment. See, we know the great masters that came before us, okay, but we're new. We're a new breed. We've waited a very long time. So with my mission here with humanity, because it is, I feel the pulse of all of humanity. I've been observing and watching humanity for a very long time, a lot behind the scenes as a Blu-ray, and as a Blu-ray elder, as I was let know, that a lot of us have been hiding, because to come into the human embodiment, you need to feel your emotions. Now, a lot of people write about this, a lot of people say about this, yet when you can pick up so much yourself, what I call the astrals, okay, of all that spiritual and channeling, there's some beautiful, beautiful souls, and more are coming online and out now sharing more. What about actually the link of that through our emotions into our actual physical human body by feeling? It's a whole, I have a saying, knowing and experiencing are worlds apart. This is actually new for us. This is what I'm ready to bring through Step Up and Down. And did you know, Todd, I'm so excited today. I am nervous, but the little girl in me is also really excited as well, because you're the first platform of such a pure divine energy and spirit and very strong dragon energy, that this is the first time that I'm able to, as guided, and been allowed to share my energy with a visual and an audio at the same time. So you sort of like, my heart's in my mouth here. As a Blu-ray, it's been really hard because I've been behind the scenes for 23 years working on myself, and so many others have been hiding. And Todd, I'm on the start of a new level and wave of so many brothers and sisters that are walking by my side, beside me, that we're coming up and out because we need to be heard. I'm getting passionate. I'm getting a bit emotional here.
I feel it. I feel
and
it.
I just got to keep going, because it's our time to be heard. We've suffered and gone through so much.
Yeah.
You
No,
know, the weeds, the freaks,
yeah.
you feel
Yeah.
too much. You're too
The
deep.
black
You're
sheep.
too this. Yeah,
You're
no,
too
darling.
weird.
We need to be heard, and so it's
Yeah.
it's a very big thing. So, you know, I'll be bringing this through at Uluru in January from the 12th to the 14th personally as well, where I was asked to be a guest speaker, and I'm being guided. I've already done a lot of healings there already that I'll be bringing through the flower of life and the tree of life to Uluru. I will be guided right up until the plane I'm flying, right up till I step up. The whole thing is just full faith and trust in that moment to bring through what I need to bring through. And it's time for us to have a voice of the realness. My updates are very unique and different in the sense that it hasn't been written before. They're living books and living words, what I share in the updates. So there's a lot more to that, but that's what's just come.
Yeah. I get that. There's like this, you know, it's like taking like a jar. I picture this jar, this big jar, like a quart size liter, and there's all this golden light energy inside of it, and each one of these beautiful souls, you're taking the cap off, and all this stuff's like fighting to get out, you know. And it's, but there's two things you said.
Are you saying me? Hang on. Are you
Oh
saying
no,
me personally?
oh yeah, no. I'm saying that these people that you're talking about that have been doing the work, you know, for 15, 20 years, and it's like what I'm getting is that they're like, oh my God, they're finally here. Everyone's here, and I can open up my top and let all this this pure
And
wisdom
as I
filter
do
down.
that, it helps others to help themselves to lift their lids off
Yeah,
their
yeah,
Pandora's box to let their light shine.
yeah.
Because,
We're all
yeah.
Now
Thank
there was a question that was formulated in my head,
you. Yeah.
and then Yusuf Khan, our brother, he asked something that's along the same lines of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because 630 shows, we haven't delved into this that I
Thanks.
can recall. That I can recall. No, but I mean, okay. So here's what came to my head
All
when I
right.
was listening to you. What I
Yeah.
love about the bio and what you were just talking about
Yeah.
is that you said we're out there in the astrals, and that's all great, but to know is one thing, and to experience is another. And I was thinking, and then you bring up the word emotions, and I believe in your bio it was capitalized.
I didn't actually just bring it up. I actually thought I'd display that to you when I got teary then as well.
That's
I
right.
delivered on the emotions in life.
Integrating the etherical and the physical, yeah,
Yeah.
embodying. And
Yeah.
that's what I was getting at. That's where my question was. So it was like, okay, it's like, here we are, like searching for all this, like, 5D, 9D, 12, and we're
Yeah.
up in
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
When it's this very human thing that it sounds to me like, he asked me, could
Yes.
you ask her, and I'll give you two questions. Could you ask her what sort of changes she has been going through, what she goes through when she at levels of embodiment, so to speak? My question was,
Well,
is it that I don't want to say mechanical or 3D or human, but is it just being conscious and okay and aware and not resisting the emotions? Is that part of embodying? Is that what that is?
yeah, let me just process that for a minute. Let me digest that. That's a good question. It's feeling, tuning into your feelings. It's many steps and layers and levels to that. We've got to trust ourselves, and we also need to trust the divine. So in combination of linking into your feelings and working in with your direct link with God, the divine source, spirit, the creator, the universe, whatever you want to say. Because when I see 10 years ago, I reached 5D as a part of one of the many labels and hats is a way seer as well. As a trailblazer, the first, this is what I've been told, and that no, there's absolutely in unconditional love, there is no ego about this. It's not about look at me at all. This is my truth. That when I shifted into 5D, which is for me, there's a lot of people write a lot of things. I'm only sharing from my experiences, from what I get let know, that it's true unconditional love for all and yourself. It's pretty, that's a pretty big thing. A lot of people don't know true unconditional love because we've been so wounded. So, and okay, energy's just shifting. Can you just give me a second?
You're good. You're good. This is Soulogy, man. This is the new way of communication. It involves feeling and energy, what we can't
Well,
see.
as I talk and flow, this is what I do when I do my one-on-ones as well. We stop, we take a moment, process the energy because there's a shift happening now. I've got to shift my trajectory. I'm just going to be shown and guided. So I just need to take a moment. Ask me something else or ask me again because that's shifted already.
I got you. No, I got you. Well, I mean, I guess what I was trying to do was correlate, or what is the correlation? Because okay, I'll give you an example. Maybe this is easier. So I noticed like 2-3 months ago, up until that point, I went through a process where I would project or get angry or mad or whatever, and then it got to a point where I'm not going to do that. It was almost like a resistance. And then one day, I was talking to Morgan, and something happened. I'm like, I'm going to be mad. And she's like, well, you can do whatever you want. I said, no, I'm going to be mad. I want to be mad. I want to feel that mad,
Because
that
that's healthy
anger.
to feel
Yeah.
it when it's like that. Yes.
Yeah.
So
So
it is
so
all
that,
of those things
yeah.
coming from a clear space.
Yeah.
If you're then mad and angry and you go and beat someone else, well, that's
No,
not a
no,
good, healthy mad and anger.
no. I meant
That's
just like feeling it and accepting it
absolutely.
and respecting it. And,
Yeah.
and, and so now from what I'm getting from you, I think there a third step where you begin to take that emotion, a healthy heart emotion, into the embodiment. How does that work?
No,
I
it's
mean, like,
still not working. No, it's not working for me, Dale. It's
no.
um just give me a second. I'm clearing a lot of people's energies that are on witnessing this is what's happening. Because as you were talking, you know, I'm conversing constantly. I asked what it was, what is this energy that's, and then I just felt all the people that are online at the moment. So there's a lot of people processing, getting a healing. I'm actually feeling all their energies at this moment.
I got you.
Yeah. So unless you want to give me a moment.
Well, let me try something else. So what happened to let you know that you reached 5D? Let's try it that way. How did you know? Because what we're trying to explain is really a human language explanation of an energetic reality, right?
I read, I was guided.
Yeah.
A lot of things, most of my information was messages from above. When you get a message very clearly that you know it's not of you, and you know, and you resonate in your whole being. So I was let known and guided, you're in 5D. I'm like, and this was 10 years ago. What do you mean? What do you mean I'm in 5D? I'm Christ-like. What are you talking about? And I was just having this, you know, because to accept that in a human being, I'm not like Christ. Oh my God, I'm not like you know, like I'm not like Christ. Christ was blah, 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 blah. I'm talking about the Christ energy, by the way. Yes, and slowly over time, it took me a little while to fill into and read up what 5D means. And so I just stick with it's unconditional love. My life changed. I looked at things differently. I just had this unconditional love for all on a whole different layer and level. And then I had to learn how to grow into that, though, because once I reached that for myself, I realized other people weren't in that space. So once you reach that, it's then a case of other people aren't in the same space you are, and there's protection. So it's just it's an unconditional love. You know, and feeling that and getting the messages and connection. And then after growing into what that was for me, which I wrote in a diary I haven't published, then they did the same thing. You're in 16. What do you mean? What does 16 mean? So I go and Google, and I knew what it felt like because I was gifted my spiritual soul, long story. And then I was able to see everything up in the astrals and then up in the human as well. I was given double insight. And so it's guidance from above. There is no one clear set outline. What does it mean to be in 5D? Because there's so many versions of what people write, what it's like. People write with that, with the art. See, true unconditional love, isn't that enough?
Yeah.
That is huge in itself. To be that connected, that every animal, every picture, everything, you're connected to everything. It is huge. When someone reaches it, and then people put labels, but then you've got to be vegan. No, there's absolutely no offense to anybody in what I'm saying at all. And you've got to be this, and you can't do this. And I'm going, that's a lot of bullshit. And then came all the false things. You've got to be like this. No, listen, I'm still rough and raw around the edges. I'm very real. It's not all that stuff. It is attainable. It's so attainable. It's a process of linking into your emotions and being real and honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. There's so many other things. It's hard to put that in just one simple answer. That's why.
Yeah, you're right. Well, you're right about that. You're absolutely right about that. I mean, we're trying to, the channelings, the downloads, no one, well, I'm not going to say no one. For the most part, what I've picked up from people and myself, they don't come in words. I mean, you get a few words here and there, but it doesn't come in words. It's you can't explain it. It is a feeling, and I love what you said about knowing. Yeah, knowing is one thing, experiencing is another, and to me, it's like, okay, well, knowing is the activation, and then the the embodiment is the experiencing. At the end of the day, you have no choice but to experience it, to actually turn that
and then
knowledge into wisdom. Yeah.
You live it all the time. Then you're living in with your divine connection. It's us that gets in our own way. We've got to get out of our own way, and a lot of people are stepping into that for themselves now. See, that's where I got it early. It took me a long time to handle how to step into that's what I call stepping into your mastership, into this embodiment.
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot to let go of old ego and past patterns and so much.
Yeah. You work with a lot of people, right?
I
I
do.
mean, you have in 20. If you could tell people, you know, because there's so many people, quote unquote, waking up right now, you know, however you want to look at it.
Yes.
But what is the most important rule of the road? You know, what is the priority
I
every
don't
day?
like interviews and questions, don't you?
Well, this, yeah. Well, I'm just
There's a
act like
few
you're having a
basics.
conversation with 80
All right.
people.
All right. Yeah. It's a few basics that people will come in for divine one-on-one healing, and they may come with a set of questions and this, that. And that just goes out the door, because it's about starting with basics. We need to protect our energy, as in there's many forms of protecting. I often share about a gold pyramid with mirrors outwards. Place yourself in that. But also another you in the astrals of your spiritual self in that protection. We need double protection. Listen to the words that we say to ourselves, because I just had one the other day. Listen, the word try, fail equals failure with success. The word should, very pressure word. Shift, I think, these are very, we say basic, but these are very important that I use every day in my life, and I have been for years, where I automatically I change my record of how I was speaking to myself. We hear people say words of vibrations, blah, blah. People will read that, but again, unless you actually take that on and implement it, and changing those words alone is very powerful.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Or I need to do this. I did that for 72 hours, by the way. And then the mother goddess took me out to the lagoon and whipped my ass. But I'm okay now. But no, you're right. And that's what I love about your message, because you're talking about, I've got 23 years and I've I've reached this alignment, that alignment. But at the end of the day, I have to embody this. I have to be, yeah, you know. And
well, I'm very real and raw, and darling, part of my mission, because we're shifting now to high vibration frequency. I'm being guided to shift this now out of what you're asking and sharing is, because I've been doing it for so long, as a first. They keep letting me know as a first, and I had to accept that. It took me a long time to accept that, but it's actually my truth. Hang on, there's actually some downloads coming in now as well.
Perfect.
It's all happening live.
Perfect. This is what it's all about.
It's about helping others to step into their mastership of themselves in being very real, while also it's like I have one foot here in this, grounded as an Ascended Earth Master, but I also have one foot that looks a bit funny up in the astrals with my spiritual soul, and I'm doing both at the same time and bringing the realness in and the follow through of all the other information that's coming through on the planet. Through my life's experiences, what I wrote the other day was very real about near-death experiences, about feeling in a void, and pushed it where no one else is writing that stuff. And so I'm living proof of what I'm sharing. And it helps others see I'm real, I'm raw. I've had addictions. I've had a lot of things happen to me. I've been through a lot. I can be real and honest with you to help you to help yourself. Pardon?
And you cuss.
Yeah. I just
told on you. No, but that's real.
I don't hide that either. It just slips out.
That's real.
I've been a good girl if it didn't come out today so far. We've still got time. It's all right. Give me time.
Yeah, we got 36 minutes for a few F-bombs.
But it's authenticity and realness that people are now really looking and searching for. They're wanting more. They're wanting more realness, and it's about getting real with themselves. But the energy is here.
Yeah.
It's time for us to shine.
Yeah.
It's time for us to come out more now. It's time. We are masters. We are ascending, and we are gathering. We are at a time like no other of gathering together. Many souls I meet that I'll say it's great to reconnect with you again. The resonation is so strong. We know we've known each other before. We all come from the same divine spark. And we're meeting up and we're getting stronger. Changes are happening and we are part of the change, because there's a lot that's still not. And it's not up to us to go into the energy spaces anymore and rescue and help.
Yeah. Thank you.
We've got to do it in a different way now. We've got to claim our sovereignty, our divinity. There's a lot to this. And we do it bit by bit with divine guidance, faith and trust.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us have lack of self-confidence. Hugely, I did as well. We need gentleness, unconditional love with gentleness. You know, there's just a lot of love here to be shared, and you being here and coming up and out and helping all of us through you is huge. We are doing this. Yeah. We are making it through. We are breaking through. We're doing some really big things. I mean, we let go of the bigger picture. We're not God of the world. A lot of people, I say to them in jest, I go, you're not God of everyone. In a good, you know, I say it in a good way, because they feel responsible, love humanity. I just want to do this. I say, and that's wonderful. So pray, hand it over, do what you got to do, and let go and come back into your space. Don't go into the fear. Don't go into all these things that are happening in the world. We each do it. We're each a light, a light, a light, a light, and we're starting to meet up. We're starting to meet up in Uluru, 12th to 14th of January. It's on my Facebook and on my bluebeyondguide.com website. The tickets are still available. If they're able to join.
Is that a multiple day conference?
12th to the 14th with many speakers, many beautiful other speakers. I'm so excited, looking forward to meeting other masters and those that are going to come as well, because that's the solar plexus of the world.
Wow. I was going to say, so you're talking about this gathering, and I've heard other people talking about it. Does it resonate with you that there are certain places on the earth, such as Uluru, or what it's called, or Ramad, are they brighter lights? These I don't know what you want to call them. These portals.
Look, I'm not the expert, darling. I am not the expert on this. I just know that in 1992, when I was in the military, that I went on a variety club car rally. It's a big fundraiser here. This is before I was consciously awake. And as we were driving up to it, I could feel it. Before I even knew any of this, I'm like, I can feel the energy. I was overwhelmed with the energy going towards it. So it's pretty full on. It's huge energy. So I'm really looking forward to revisiting it later.
I've heard that. It is. But I mean, what I was getting at is like, it seems like that, I don't know, well-lit souls, like begets like, the gathering is occurring in these, in these points. And then from that point, they all come together and leave with a brighter light, and it just continues. Yeah. That's kind of what I'm saying.
Well, we feel it. I felt it a year ago when I saw that Laura Eisenhower was speaking, and it hit me like that. And I went, I need to go there. You know, like it was just a given, the connection again. And it took a whole year before I was asked to be a guest speaker. And I'm like, yeah, that was a
right on. Now, do you know what you're going to talk about? Anything specific? Or you want to save that for, you want to keep the suspense? You want to give us a teaser?
Teaser. I'm the teaser. I've always got stories and secrets and more to tell. You never know what I'm going to come out with. You will not be bored. That's for sure.
Oh, I have no doubt. I spent an hour and a half with you. The Gathering. Sandra Mathis, who's a beautiful, beautiful divine feminine, was on the other night.
Yeah.
She says, could you talk about the Gathering more? What, you know, what is that? What does that look like? I mean, is it just, it's not just physical, is it? It's like
it was
this.
The words I was given from above of the gathering, the resonance of the gathering. I've read and learned bits, and there's more to come on that for me to learn about. It's very powerful, the words, the gathering. We are gathering. So this is still a process I'm filling into. Like I said, quite often I get so much information before it comes out with others that I sit back and wait and at the right time I'm guided to share, because for so long I shared so much, I didn't understand or realize I was so far not ahead, if you understand what I mean, that information. And so I've had to learn. So I'll be learning more of what that means. We will be learning more of what that means. I just know that those souls that are going could feel that pull, and miracles were happening with tickets being gifted, and they found a way. They just knew they needed to be there. It's amazing for their collective energies to come. So can you imagine all these powerful masters that all been called just to this one spot in Kato Jutu, which is part of it, which is near another group of rock formations, because Uluru is 300 million years old.
Wow.
Do you know, and I will be honest, because I am nothing but real and honest, is because I didn't know any different in respect of what it meant to the elders, I climbed it. I was quite fit back then. It took an hour and a half up, an hour and a half down. And can you imagine with that sort of energy, and with the changes going through with humanity now, because recently we just shifted into universal energies with the 11th, 11, 11. Yeah. People are having huge breakthroughs at the moment, which is fantastic, because this is so worth it. Yeah. With all that we go, it does get better. And I can assure people, I can assure you it will, and it does get better. This is worth it, because I've nearly checked out so many times of throwing the towel, and others to do. And I say it, I'd get in my God chair and I'd be swearing and cussing, as you would say.
Yeah, I've been there.
And then, oh my God, angry. And then, yeah, but then when I had a breakthrough and I pushed through, I'd be down on my knees weeping. I'm so sorry.
I know, man.
I didn't mean to say all those things.
But I think that's further, people use the word authenticity. I think they've used it too much, but I think the raw, real part of it is that frequency they're trying to describe. And just the fact that someone like you has been there so many times. Talk about going to the mat. I mean, the last time it happened to me was about 3 months ago. And I was like, man, I'm done. I mean, I'm literally done. I don't care about anything. I want to go. Get me out of here.
But that's also, darling, that's also part of ascension, to reach those levels of I'm done.
Yeah.
That, how many times have I felt that? So when others come to me and they go, I'm done, I go, I hear. They know I hear them and I feel them and I really get them. And it allows them to have a shift, a break, because sometimes we just need one voice, one person to understand us, to get us, that can change our lives. I know it helped me with others that helped me too.
I have a stray hair.
You get it?
It's in my eye. Sorry about that. Yeah, right on. And Marilyn put up a comment here. She said Magenta Pixie talks about the Great Gathering 2 in her latest book. It's from the Divine. I was going to say I saw, I'm trying to coordinate her back on to get back on here. But I happened to see one of her videos on YouTube, and I didn't watch very much of it, but the title really struck me. And it was a very simple title. I want to ask you about it, what you think. And it said, "Are we living in a multidimensional reality?" And I thought, wow, because the most profound things come in the simplest ways. And I was just thinking about it. I was like, wow, now that's a test of faith right there. Do you believe you're in, as you said, do you believe you've got a foot there and a foot here? And do you believe you can operate this avatar from all of these aligned aspects?
What did it bring up for you?
Yes. Hell yeah.
But what did it bring up for you? What would it bring up in someone to be asked that?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, for me, when I saw it, I thought, well, that's kind of another way to say, are you divinity? Do you accept your divinity? I remember I had an occurrence in my old studio one night, and I had a full length, floor to ceiling mirror. And I was staring at it in the middle of 2 a.m. or something. And I'm looking right in my eyes, and I was doing something was happening. And so I walked up to the mirror and I turned into an ogre. Okay. And I said, holy shit. I said, I am soul. And it said to me, are you sure? And I said, yeah. And then it walked away. Now, that's kind of how I felt energetically when I read that comment or that question. Wow. Are we living in
it's going to mean different things to different people. But for me, it also means, I say to people, we live multidimensionally here, up in the astrals. Yet in our human lives, we're multidimensional. It can mean so many different things.
Yeah,
We can
sure.
we can do different things. It's going with the flow, with the multidimensional facets of ourselves, bringing them all in together and accepting all parts of ourselves. You know, when you're asking that question about shifting to 5D, there is so much to that one loaded question.
Yeah,
because it's accepting all of our facets, our shadows, our isms, our bits and pieces, warts and all. Now, to do that and own that is a really, truly big thing. To have all your facets shined of your diamond is actually a long process.
Yeah.
It takes a while to grow into this in the human being, Todd. It does take a while to grow into that. We pick up, a lot of people pick up so much and sort of live in the astrals, and they're a bit detached and floaty, yet they're not linked with the emotions in the human being. Some people that help others and guide others, they are needing to live more in the astral realms and not so much in the emotions. Now, do you like, that goes against sort of everything I just said in a way, didn't it? Why is
I
that
get
so?
what you're saying.
Okay,
I get what you're
because
saying.
it's their role to continue to bring that high level of information, and it's not their path and mission to feel all the emotions like a lot of us do.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, I'm here to help teach, guide, and lead, firstly by example in breaking through of what it is to have connected with my higher self and my spirit, which is linked to my higher self, through my emotions down into myself as a human being with both. And it's helping, and my mission is here to help and assist others to do that, Todd.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. And
People are just starting to do that now.
Yeah.
This is new. This is new, darling. We're the next level of those who have been feeling, and the indigos and the Blu-rays, the star. You know, we're coming up and out and saying, well, we're a different breed of, you know what I mean, vibration that we've been transmuting since we were children, feeling everything. We've gone nuts and back a few times.
Yeah.
And we've been, you know, you're weak, you know, that's our superpower. Our vulnerability and our emotions are our superpower, because, Todd, there's a heck of a lot of spiritual ego still around, my friend.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I've got to table it and call it, because I've had so many of you and my other friends, is keep it real, Anastacia. Be yourself when you talk. Keep it real. Be honest, you know. And if I didn't say that, I wouldn't not be being honest.
Well, it's true. And you're seeing a lot of that. And you know, to your point, the only, you know, because the truth prevails. So the only real, I hate to use
Divine
labels,
truth.
but teacher, healer, whatever, is the one who's, you know, who's connected and gained that and embodied it and or healed themselves, if you want to put it in those terms.
Okay, can I just take us through, right now there's a healing coming up from Gaia, and I'm just getting to share now. We just feel beautiful, and it comes as beautiful, rich soil. That's what I'm saying. The Gaia's bringing up and actually doing healing right here and now with us. We bring in Christ, golden energy, and Arcturian white light of protection. So that was for whoever was tuning in to receive that healing, for you, for this space, for the people that are watching and listening to this. That's for them to take this in. That's what I was just guided to share.
Right on.
Oh, I'm getting some very interesting things. Can't plan. We can have guides of what to talk about, Toby. You really can't plan when you're in the flow of the divine. When it comes, it just comes through what to do.
Let it roll. There's been two comments here that were along the line of what you were talking about, which I think is related to what you said also about the egoic in the light worker circles. One's from Morgan. She says, They are the miracle moments. I'm done with this energy, with myself or another. I am done with this. Offers a new door. And then somebody else had one up here. By the way, Delia says, love your rawness when you share, channel, and speak of your experience.
Oh, bless.
But the other comment, I can't find it now, was saying about that whole thing that you said a while ago, which was we can't fix the world. You know, we've got to allow those others to fix themselves. You can't give somebody, you know, an injection of ascension. You know what I mean? I mean,
Ascension can't be rush filled and cheated, no. But what we
Yeah.
do indirectly, we don't focus on the macro, we go into the micro. When we focus on ourselves, a lot of people write this, right? But when we focus on ourselves, because I still, you know, even though people read things that have been written a lot and many times, Todd, when I speak to people in one-on-one divine healings, even though they know it, even though they've read it, I still find myself, I keep repeating the same things over and over and over. So I've got a feel for where a lot of masters, where a lot of people are at. Okay, it's very interesting, and even though they know, sometimes we've got to let go. And at the moment, I've been writing a lot about you've got to let go. You've got to let go over and over. Let go, let go, let go. It's still harder when it's someone near and dear and close to us that we don't realize we're doing it. You know, the letting go.
Yeah.
And then when we do, and then we work on ourselves, that energy from the inner out assists humanity that way. That's how we help the world. But there are also people that have certain tasks and roles and jobs to go to places to help, you know, certain people and with different things in society. That's their role and their mission. I too wanted to help everyone, rescue and save everyone, and ended up getting quite ill until I realized that was not the way to do about it. So much was my need that I needed to help myself first.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's, you know, that was how big
That's
my love and compassion that I actually needed to. It's taken me a long time. It took me to about 50. I'm 53 recently, to really fully come in and really fully empower myself. And I'm still learning more all the time as I go. Yeah.
It's that wounded healer archetype. You know, I was having a conversation with 3 other people around, I don't know, a couple of months ago, and we were talking about that, and we were talking about coming to that point where you realize, oh my God, you know, I need to fix myself. But that moment we were talking about, we all had a consensus, was a very magical moment, because when the wounded healer, when the healer realizes they're a wounded healer, that's, you know, that's like a, you know, that's like a really important point where you have a major elevation and shift, or at least you have the opportunity and potential to.
Well, that is the opportunity. And the other thing we tend to do, darling, is I often say is put the stick down. Is one of the main other comments I say, is put the stick down, because we're really good at beating ourselves up and giving ourselves a hard time is a big one. Yeah. You know, and it's we've sacrificed our lives many times in the past, and we're not here to sacrifice our lives anymore.
Right. And being that everything's energy, we're sacrificing when we're trying to fix other people. You know, we can still be the teacher, we can still be this and that, but you know, everyone's on their own. Belinda Frank made the comment or the question. She said, so you would say everyone's ascension is a personal experience.
Yeah, thank you for asking that. Absolutely it is. Yet, you know what, at the same time, there's some, because I've been doing it, because I'm now in 7D, which is the highest level that you can reach in the human physical body, because it's my last lifetime here. There are certain benchmarks along the way. They're not set in concrete. They're just a guide that from going through that for so long for myself, then shifting in, it's just visuals and information and signs and symbols that I've had to then learn to interpret through my human vessel from those 23 years experience, okay? And they come often in jokes. God, it's funny. Quite often I'll be given a vision of a funny scene, and then I'll be able to relate to that person and they just crack up laughing and they get it. It's just, you know, up there has a really good sense of humor.
Yeah. I know.
Really good sense of humor.
I've been the
But there are
butt of their
certain
jokes.
benchmarks. Sorry, darling.
I said I've been the butt of their jokes many times. But with humor comes the greatest wisdom, the purest wisdom.
A laughing Buddha, absolutely. Because when you get, I don't know, to our age, our stage, or wherever, you learn to lighten the F up. I didn't say I'm still a good girl. You learn to lighten up because it's nuts. Yeah. You know what I mean? Everything we're going is just crazy and nuts. And so you just, and I laugh at myself all the time. All the time. I have fun with my imperfections, my isms, my bits, and, you know, it's good.
I'm digging that. Now, I don't want to run out of time. And we still got a good 14 minutes, but I just wanted to make sure that I touched on this. So, I mean, I know you've been in the background. I know you don't really go out and promote yourself and such, but you've been doing this a long time. I've talked to a couple of people that you were basically a big part of their early days, you know, when they first woke up and such. So you've been there a long time. So where can people find your work? I know you've got a newsletter. I'm receiving it now. I mean, do you have a website? Do you work just off Facebook?
Both. It's on Facebook, Blue Beyond Guide. Then the website is bluebeyondguide.com. And the energy updates, which will be changing 1st of January. December will be the last month that'll be private. I've been sharing with a beautiful group of masters that have been guided to receive these personal, real, raw updates of what I'm going through in my energy vibration of 7D and what's happening for the rest of humanity through all the other people in my immediate family and others. I get a collection of information to share with everyone, and that's why people go, oh my gosh, it's like you were just here with me. How did you know this? Because I'm real, and it's real what I'm sharing through, you know, helping others. And so those updates are on Facebook, Blue Beyond Guide. They'll automatically come up on the bluebeyondguide.com. And if you go on there, there is access. There's a place to book in for the one-on-one sessions. Yeah.
Right on. Yeah.
Because these personal updates will be ceasing after December, no more then. Because then I'll be speaking at Uluru, and then it'll be more one-on-one direct. I won't be sharing these private emails anymore. That time will come to a close.
Oh, man. Well, what was it, me?
Was it something I said?
Did I? So, and Monica Peterson brings up a good question, and so many people that, you know, people like you, again, are starting to see finally, you know, critical mass has been hit and more people are waking up. And again, back to the self-judgment, you know, that you pointed out a while ago, that we all have to contend with and work our way through. She says, how do we know where we're at what rung we are on the ladder? And, you know, I think that's one reason it's so important to talk about the personal transformations, because even though it may not be the exact same way for everyone, there's something in the frequency of that truth that you're speaking that activates people. But what would you, how would you address
That's a hard one to answer. Yeah. Generally, it's actually, is she regards to herself and her growth? Because I also get asked that a lot as well. And all I will say, is it Monica?
Yes. When
people ask me that, I want to say to Monica, don't doubt yourself. You're already doing really good. The fact that you've asked that, sweetheart, is what I want to say. The ones that ask and they run it by me are the ones that, when I again have the one-on-ones, they're looking for a benchmark. They're quite often saying, I don't have anything to compare to. I don't know how I'm doing. So personally for her, I could do that personally and give her an idea through my personal interaction, but generally overall, as Saturn, you're doing so good, you're doing so well. It doesn't matter about that. It's about how you feel with your connection. Like I only say 5D, 6D, 7D because that's the spiritual terms that we use in the human for vibration. They're not labels for me.
Yeah.
So whatever she's doing great.
Yeah.
And keep her faith and trust up with herself. She didn't ask me for that, but that's just what's come through with love.
No, I absolutely agree 100%, you know, And I still, and I know people probably disagree with me. I think we're all beating at the same level. It just doesn't look that
Well,
way.
see, darling, that's why I
Yeah.
can't be interviewed, sweetie. That's why I can't be interviewed, because
Oh,
when people ask something like that, if someone sits with a list of interview questions, that doesn't work for me.
oh, I don't have a list here.
Not you, I'm
And
just saying. Just
oh
saying.
no. I just think, well, I think that's important because of the fact that you are so open. So I would
Yep.
rephrase it another way. What you're saying, is, and I'm not a practitioner, but somebody walks
Me
in the
either.
door. Somebody walks in the door and says, "Hey, I got this shift. You know, I don't have any problems. I'm on this thing." Da 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 da. But if somebody walks in the door saying, questioning themselves, okay,
Yeah.
having that self consciousness, I'm with you. I think that one is the one I'm going to put my money on, because that one is being frank and honest about it.
They're right on track. The fact that you've asked, it's the way I have to say the same thing. It's ones that I say exactly the same thing. The ones say, it's not me, it's okay, it's everybody else, so I'm good. I go, hello. But it's the ones that it's the ones that question themselves. I go, no,
Yeah.
you're good. You're going really good.
Yeah.
You're going really, really good. Did you see the finger come out then?
Yeah. Was it the middle finger?
No, I
So
laugh when that happens. It comes out. I go,
yeah. But no, that's right. Because if you think about it, what is, I asked this at the beginning. I just like to I have a curious mind, and that was, what is the rule of the road of the ascension? And I just got this, and it was asking
the rule is there are no
asking
rules.
questioning things, though. That's
Yeah.
really what it is, questioning things, because the only way you can expand is to
Yes.
have the open-mindedness to consider whatever it may be, the dark boogeyman in the closet, or whatever the case is.
For me to provide, sorry, did you have more to say?
No, I'm good.
I was
I'm
going to
good.
say, for me, provide an answer to a question someone specifically asked, I would then, after chatting to them in face-to-face, be able to deliver that for them.
Yeah.
As a general question, no, what it is keep getting guided with your connection. It's about your connection.
Yeah.
To be guided, to listen, to follow, okay, I've got a feeling to read this website, this information. I'm getting a feeling to read this book. Something somebody says resonates. It's following that for yourself. Be the seeker of your own soul. I thank you for asking that.
You got some good comments off of what you had to say too. So
I'm
don't
sure. Are you sure they're
underestimate.
all good? Are you sure they're all good?
I still want to know how to pronounce Uluru.
You
Uluru,
just
and
did it. No,
I did.
just
It's
Uluru.
that one. Well, all right, Uluru,
That's it.
and the other one I like is Gura. Is it Guya? Gula, something like
What's
that.
that?
I don't know. It's about 2 hours or an hour from Adelaide. I don't know, but
Oh, okay, no.
they got some cool names over there. So this is cool. I'm really happy for you. This is going to be January 12th through 14th, and certainly like
With
to
Catherine
support.
Hand and Mick
Who's that?
Turner, who are Catherine Hand and Mick Turner are the two amazing, amazing souls that are bringing this together for Australia as the highest vibration of energies.
Wow.
In a light paradigm conference in Australia.
Wow, that sounds really cool. I'd like to do something like that.
We'd love to have you there too.
That's a powerful. Well, as soon as they let me out of the country, I'll be there. Everyone's trying to get in. I'm trying to get the hell out of here. No, it's all good. It's all good. But, yeah, a lot of thank yous there. Yeah, absolutely. I really needed to hear that, Ellen Red. So, yeah, I'd like to, I don't know these two individuals that you just mentioned, but I certainly would. I'm here, Soulogy's here as a platform to support in initiatives such as that, whether you're speaking there or not. I think it's fantastic, and I'm really happy for you and for those who are going to be in your physical presence and with all the other speakers. But certainly we'd like to help expand awareness of that event. So certainly once or twice more as it comes closer, we're open to doing that. Yeah, we're open to that. Absolutely. It's all about integrating audiences, I think, for me, and eventually putting them all under one roof. And that whole concentric circle relationship of expansion and the flower of life just takes off. And so I know
apparently I've been let know. Listen, I will give you a sneak. You asked me for a quick sneak peek. I was let know I'll be bringing in a new tree of life and flower of life energy into Uluru.
Wow.
Which is amazing. And I'm being guided. I'm working with the Pleiadians right now. We've already started. I've already in spirit visited the conference and everybody there a few times already. I've already seen them and assisted them in spirit form to bring them there and assist them with that. It's pretty huge.
It sounds like it. Mick Turner put up www.cosmicconsciousness.com.au. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's Mick, yeah.
Yeah. So
I call him Starman. My nickname for him is Starman.
Starman. Well, I wish I had a cool name like that. I just get called Bogan.
Give me time and I'll find one for you.
So yeah, and so yeah, let them know too if they need if they're interested in having we have a strong following in different parts, well, all of Australia.
Can I say hello to the fellow Aussies?
Yeah.
That, you know, we sort of, it's time for us to come up and out as well. Like, you know, I'm sort of more well known overseas than I am in Australia. It's amazing, isn't it? So, you know, we've got a lot going for us here. There's a lot of amazing people here as well. And it's time for us to come up and shine as a country for the world.
Yeah. Right on. Very cool. And Sheila Henley has a photo she'd like to put up here. But you can do it after the show's over. It won't let you do it, I don't think, while it's going on. I don't know. It should be able to be posted. So yeah, I had one more. I was gonna yeah. So yeah, if you guys yeah, because I think that's what it's all about. I really do. And you know, we all support each other and assist each other. We're in service, serving with each other. You know, I think
we
this
are.
is
Thank
this
you.
is the spirit of it all. And I just want to say too.
Yeah, darling.
No, I just want to say I know this isn't something that you were totally comfortable doing. And I want to just tell you on a on a personal level that yeah, I think yeah, it went very well, and I just wanted to say thank you for, you know, coming on the show and agreeing to do it.
Oh, thank you too.
Love to collaborate again down the road.
Yeah, I'd like to as well.
So do you have any parting anything it's on you, you know, download whatever you want to do.
Well, you know, today here in Australia it's the 21st of the 11th 2018, which equals a 7, and you know, numbers are huge with me, same as sacred geometry, animals, signs, symbols, everything. And this morning there's many descriptions of what 7 means, and the one I looked up from Joanne Wormsley's Sacred Scribe Angel Numbers is, it is the energies of collective consciousness, is the energy of the date for today that we've come online here.
That's
to
perfect
reach
alignment.
The collective consciousness. It's huge.
That's perfect alignment. And as I understand it, there's the next couple of days are going to be very expansive as well. So I just want to say to everybody out there, make sure that if you have to, act like a turtle and put your head in the shell and close all the windows and doors. I'm just kidding. But yeah, hey, so thanks a lot. I really appreciate it from the heart. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Thank you, everyone, for joining in as well.
We'll be broadcasting the rest of the day. Might do another Soul Speaks 5D if I can convince somebody. We'll see how it goes. Take care.
All right, darling. Thank you. Same. Right. Bye, darling.
All right. Peace out, everybody.
Yeah,
Thank you for joining us.